What up? What up? What is going on, world? It's your boy Mark Brown. Welcome to episode 9 of Toughest Balls on this beautiful Friday, July 26, 2019. We got a good show for you today. Of course, we always start off with wrestling. That's what the foundation of Toughest Balls is. And we're going to talk about NXT. We're going to get into some baseball talk with we're having a guest today. That's what's different today. We're having a guest today. My boy RG, aka the Fire Stick guy. He's coming on the show. He's Mr. Baseball, Mr. Yankees. So we're gonna chop it up with him a little bit. Kind of disappointed from the game last night between the Yankees and Red Sox. We took a butt whooping. Yankees, dang it. Yeah, so we got that today. Also, I'm just reviewing one album today because this album, I can't review any other albums because this album is so important and the artist is a legend. I'm reviewing Nas Lost Tapes 2 that dropped last week. Man, classic. That's all I gotta say. Classic. And before we get out of here, we're going talk about the couple deaths that happened in boxing this week. Very sad news. But yeah, we're starting off the show today with some NXT talk, and I haven't spoke on NXT in a while. I think the last time I spoke on it was the last NXT takeover that was up here in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Yeah, that was a good show. But yeah, I'm bringing up the results from the last episode of NXT this past Wednesday, the 24th. Yeah, so we have the semifinals of the breakout tournament, and Jordan Miles. It was Jordan Miles versus Angel Garza, and if you haven't seen either of these wrestlers before, I'm just getting familiar with Jordan Miles within the past few months or so, and Angel Garza, I believe he was Hector Garza Jr. when he was over at Impact Wrestling. Good wrestler, got a good look. Hopefully it's a bright future for him. But yeah, they put on a good match. See, I'm never disappointed with NXT. Now, sometime with some episodes, things can drag out a little bit, but when it comes to the action in ring and a little bit of drama that you get outside the ring, not as much as the main roster, which I love about NXT, it's perfect. It's perfect, and this match was a good match. Of course, Jordan Miles came out with the win. And yeah, that was a great match to see two young stars that getting their opportunity in NXT and the WWE. The next match, which I was glad to see because I feel like I haven't seen her in a while, and it was Bianca Belair versus Xia Li from China, and of course, Bianca Belair came out with the win in this match. It was a cool match. Bianca, of course, always does her thing. So hopefully she gets to climb back in the picture for the NXT Women's Championship. She is, I believe, she should be in that spot of being NXT Women's Champion. She's a great athlete. She has great personality. She puts on she's an entertainer. She's an entertainer and an athlete, and that's what we look for in today's wrestler. Also, there was a big showdown of sorts, and it was the North American champion, my guy, the Velveteen Dream, Roderick Strong, went back and forth for a little bit. So we thought we were building up between a one-on-one match between these guys, and then out of nowhere, here comes Pete Dunne back to NXT in America. Of course, you know he was the NXT UK champion, and they have that NXT UK, and now he's in the title picture for the North American Championship. If if Velveteen Dream loses, I'm gonna be honest. I hope it's Roderick Strong that wins it. I watched Roderick Strong's since he was I seen him a few years ago on Ring of Honor, and I was always impressed with him. I'm like, man, that guy looked like he looks like the WWE type of wrestler. And of course NXT got him, and I love what he's done so far, but he hasn't had a singles championship, and he needs a singles championship, I believe, before he goes off into the main roster whenever the Undisputed Era gets called up. But I'm hoping Velveteen Dream keeps the title, but if he has to lose, I hope it's Roderick Strong. We all know what Pete Dunne can do. We know he's going to win titles in the future. So it's nothing new with Pete Dunne. He's that dude. Yeah. With that said, the main event of that match. Well, first of all, I want to talk about Damian Priest before he was Damian Priest, when he was Punishment Martinez in Ring of Honor. And he came over to NXT with that name, but he went through his whole transformation, and he still has that edge that he had that I liked about him from Ring of Honor. And I'm just hoping that they get it right with Damian Priest. I think he can be a main event star for years to come because of his look, his athleticism, and his ability in the ring. I think he can be one of those guys that could be around for years. I mean, hopefully one day main eventing, WrestleMania. I like him. He's that good to me. I was always impressed with it. And it feels like it hasn't taken him that long to get to where he's at, because it doesn't feel like he was in Ring of Honor that long before he, because I remember when he was introduced by BJ Whitmore and Kevin Sullivan. And they had this whole Purple Haze thing, and he was this mysterious dark guy, and out came Punishment Martinez, and I thought, wow, this guy is awesome. What he did in Ring of Honor was definitely impressive, and I hope he's on the right trajectory in NXT and WWE. But going on, the main event of NXT this past Wednesday was Keith Lee versus Damian Priest. Now, it seems like the crowd is into Keith Lee, and to me, he's just okay. And don't get me wrong, when he can do some cool things in the ring, he's just, I don't know. It's just something about him that I'm just not feeling. I'm just not feeling, so. But this was a great match. We got to see the athleticism and the ability of Damian Priest, and same with Keith Lee. We get to see some amazing things these guys do every time they're in the ring, and it was a great match. And Damian Priest, which I was happy with, came out with the win. So with that said, before I move on to baseball, I want to give my thoughts about this past Monday's Monday Night Raw, the Raw Reunion, we had a little nostalgia time, and we got to see some oldies but goodies come back uh, to WWE. You know, we saw the $1 Million Man. We got to see him. We saw the Godfather. We saw quite a few people. I mean, it was jam packed. Kelly. Uh, it was kind of ridiculous. How many people was on there. I was amazed they fit that many stars. Well, that came back on the show, but I guess they were from what I heard is that they were scrambling around trying to figure out who was gonna be able to do what and when. So it's always craziness, but it was an okay show. I was glad to see Stone Cold come out at the end and give love to the whole all the legends and say his whole thing about the fans and how he feels. So it was an okay show. I mean, it was cool seeing DX, but that what they did was just it was just cool. It was just okay. It was like, man, that was so cool. No. So I mean, I wasn't disappointed, but it was okay. That's all I can say about the Raw reunion. I don't know. I don't know what WWE is going to do, because the main roster is losing me. NXT has me. They have me with NXT, but the main roster is losing me. And I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do to pique my interest. Are they going to use the guys I like? They're going to push the Kevin Owens. They're going to push the Bray Wyatts. Are they going to make Roman Reigns more edgy? These are things we got to see. These are some changes that need to happen. Some excitement needs to come back. And from, it's just, from what it sounds like, they want to compete with AEW. And they just announced that they will be dropping their weekly show this October 2nd, and I'm excited about that. So hopefully AEW can rev up WWE's creativity, because right now it's kind of bland and boring. Sorry to say. And with that said, we're gonna move on to a little baseball. We're gonna talk to my guy. What's up, Randy? What's going on, brother? What's going on, brother?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
Good, man. I gotta get you in here, man, this morning, cause I'm a little upset from what happened. What happened last night, man? What's going on? What was that, yo?
I would call it just a bad loss.
Man, talk about a bad loss, bro. 19-3.
Yeah, sometimes you get games like that where even sometimes your manager has to even come in and pitch. but there's still 10 games ahead. 9.5 on Tampa, 10 on Boston, so it's not a big thing. Even if we get a split of the series, I mean, you're still 11 games right where you started.
Exactly. So that's the whole part. But I'm hearing the whole thing with the pitching. What's up with our pitching? Because you're the guy. Like, I haven't been like watching every game. It's a long time to watch one game. The last game I watched was the London series, and that was 5 hours that Saturday. 5 hours, bro. Like, man. So, like,
Yeah.
what's up with the Yankees pitching, man?
Well, the London series. I mean, that's a typical Red Sox Yankee game. They usually last like 4 hours, maybe five.
Yeah,
That one lasts five, but they're usually it's a rock and sock 'em game where a team can score like 6-5 runs in an inning, and then you take it from there. The Yankee pitching, the offense is great. They got a great offensive team. They can score runs in bunches, and they're going to need pitching coming down the stretch. If they don't get during the trade deadline, if they don't get a closer or a starting pitcher, I'm hoping we can talk the Mets into getting
Syndergaard. Like, yeah, I like
someone,
Syndergaard. I'll take him.
yeah, someone of that caliber because we need pitching. I don't think pitching wins in the playoffs in the World Series. If you don't have that, you're not going to win. You can have the greatest offense in the world, and you're not going to win.
Exactly. But I heard, weren't they? I guess they were up on Madison Bumgarner, but now they're like, they're passing on him.
Yeah, only because the wild card now makes it more exciting for teams to have a chance to get into the playoffs. The Giants were sellers. They were going to be sellers. Now they got to keep Bergmeyer if they have a chance to make that wild card because they're right there in that race too for the wild card.
Okay.
So you're not gonna get a lot of teams that are gonna give up their pitchers or something like that if they're still in the race.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff needs to be done during the off season because during the heat of the season and it's getting down to fall will be here in no time. So that's understandable. But
the Yankees have one thing going for them: if they can get a healthy Severino back,
man,
in September, that might push them over the top.
That'd be perfect.
If they get him back and he's healthy, there's your pitcher that you needed to win the World Series.
That would be perfect. Like, that would be the perfect scenario to keep us up because I'm sick of these Red Sox, bro. I'm done with the Red Sox. I got one of my boys up here that I just hooked up the Fire Stick last week. He is a big Red Sox man. He's crazy with the Red Sox, and I always pick fun of him because I'm like, hey, if I'm gonna take a Red Sox from you, I would like for it to be Mookie Betts because I believe he has Yankee personality. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's just a tradition of just us grabbing a star player from the Red Sox, and I would
And we've done that in the past. We've got Wade Boggs from Boston. We've got Johnny Damon from Boston. There's a lot of people that came from Boston and won World Series with us.
Yeah, we tried to get Big Papi, but he was like, nah. He was going sick. I would have been cool with that. I'm sorry. I would have been cool with that too. I would have been cool with that too. I'm not going front. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, like what teams in the in the other leagues and divisions, the Yankees, we gotta look out for that's up there with us.
Well, in the American League, the only team that really scares me, we just beat Minnesota 2 out of 3, and we outslugged them, and they lead the league in home runs.
Yeah.
But I think our offense is a little bit better than theirs because they're a home run hitting team where we're a home run hitting team too, but we're more like a singles hitting team also.
Yeah.
And I think our pitching is a little bit better than Minnesota, so we should be able to handle them in the playoffs. The team that scares me once again, and they've been scaring everybody the last 3 years, is the Houston Astros.
Here we go again with them. Oh God.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. They have Verlander, which gives them an edge in starting series and starting playoffs. And if it's Game 5 or Game 7 in the playoffs, Verlander's their man, and he's got experience. He can pitch, and that lineup, when healthy, they can put up a lot of runs. Also.
Yeah, man. I remember that last series we were in with them, and it was. I mean, we fought hard. Not going front. We fought hard, but it was just too much, man. It was just too much for the Yankees. We was just coming, we were young, just, coming out, but hopefully, I believe this is our year. So,
Yes, I do.
So speaking of, you brought up Verlander, you're hearing, him talking and other people talking about these baseballs and how they just getting knocked out of the the field. These home runs are just flying out of,
Yes.
unusually than in the past. What you guys say? You do you care? Because personally,
No,
I don't
well,
care. Like, I'm just
I,
going to
it,
be honest. Maybe because I'm a young fan. I don't care. What you
yeah.
think?
It makes the game fun. I mean, people come to the parks for a lot of reasons, and one of the number one thing is for people to hit home runs. The fans like it, the fans love it, and I believe the balls are juice. The Major League Baseball juice does something to the baseballs that once you hit it, it's going to go a long way to catch it right out the barrel.
Well, they own the company now, so they do. They own, MLB does own the company that makes the baseball, so
right.
but they claim that there was no changes,
No, there's changes.
Yeah. Well, they have to.
Everything you hear.
Yeah, they
the,
have
the
to.
fans know.
Yeah,
the fans
exactly.
Know there's changes. There's changes.
Well,
But it also makes the game fun. It also makes the fan perspective fun. It's good for the game. It's good for game. And now the thing is too that the batters have that let's go up there and kill the ball mentality.
Exactly.
They're not looking for base hits. They're not looking to hit singles through the shit.
And score.
Nothing like that. Their mentality is make contact, swing as hard as you can, and hit the ball out the ballpark.
Score right now. Score as many times as you can. Exactly. As I'm just kind of done with all like the baseball purists and their complaints. Like, you got to get eyes on your product, man. Like, you guys are just spending TV money to on these contracts. What happens when that runs out?
Yeah, well, there's another thing that they have to worry about.
Attendance is horrible. I mean, nobody's going to a baseball game, during the regular season. It's all playoffs.
Yeah, but a lot of the market teams, like you say, you get a small market team like Kansas City, and you got a team like the Yankees that go there and play, they say 4 games. Those 4 games are going to be sold out.
Well, that's because that's the Yankees, bruh. The
Red
Yankees
Sox go down there, they're going to be sold out. The Red Sox go down there, they're going to be sold out. And I like the interleague play because it brings other fans that don't get to watch their team. Like, say, if you're a Dodger fan in Kansas City, now the Dodgers can go to Kansas City and play there. So that brings more of the Dodger fans to the ballpark who are in Kansas City. So it's good for the game. It's fun. It's good for the game. Keep it going the way it is. Baseball is probably one of the few sports that don't have a lot of press. A lot of players don't get involved in off-the-street methods. They take care of when you can't use a specific stuff to get suspended. They take care of all that. I mean, it's great. Baseball is just great. I don't want it to get like basketball now, because basketball is sort of turning into like the players can get out of contract to go play where they want to play.
Well,
it's like, I don't believe in it. They want to get traded. They want to get traded to a certain team to play with a certain player. I think it's ruining the game in the NBA if it continues like that.
Well, I don't know with that, because if a team wants to drop you and send you and trade you, they can do whatever they want with you. So I think with these players, they just learning their power, their star power, because it's not the bench players. The bench players can't complain about nothing. Like, sit down, shut up. It's the star players. They like, hey, I'm the one that's keeping your franchise alive. So if you're not going to build a team around me, then you're going to send me to a big city so I can have a chance to win a championship. Like,
right.
So I kind of understand it. When it comes to, ownership and, being independent and getting what you want, especially in your career. Like, you don't know, an injury could, look at Kevin Durant. We don't know if he's going to come back the same way. I don't know.
Right. Now, I'm one of those old guy dudes that believes in, listen, if you draft me and you sign me, I'm going to be faithful to my organization. I'm going to be faithful for my team. And now, with that, like, if you go back to the old school days, like, Larry Bird would never leave the Celtics.
Well,
nobody to join up with nobody to join up with no other team.
But that's true.
Would never leave the Lakers to go with another team to go play for somebody else to team up with somebody.
That's true. That's
those
true.
guys, Michael Jordan, he left. Yeah, after he did what he did.
They kind of pushed him out. The Bulls kind of pushed him out.
Yeah, they pushed him out. Yeah, they pushed him out. But these guys, like for example, George Gervin played all these years with the San Antonio Spurs, and at the end played with Chicago when he was a free agent. They traded him over there, let him go too. These guys were committed 100% to their team. They wouldn't go. George Gervin or Julius Erving would never play with the Boston Celtics.
Yeah. Well, I would think in baseball you gotta worry about that because these guys getting paid. Like they're gonna get paid with the team, and if the team can't afford to pay them, they just let them go to the team that can't afford them. So I don't think you ever have to worry about that. Personally, maybe with the home runs, people probably look at that like the 3-pointers that's going on in the NBA, and it's like, come on, man, can we get some plays? Can we get some, can we get some penetration? Can we get some defense in the lane? Can we get some of that back? So I understand it on that end, but shoot, when it comes to football, if you get a Hail Mary touchdown, man, I'm trying to tell you, that's something,
Right.
I'm just saying. I remember Brady to Randy Moss. Woo, boom, one play. That's them bombs. I'm trying to tell you. I like the home runs. So I'm just saying I like home runs. I hope it keeps up. I hope it brings eyes to the product, and I hope baseball able to build off of it. But I'm not going to keep you too long, brother. I appreciate you chiming in and giving your thing. We're gonna have to do this more regular, man. This was fun, man.
Hey, anytime you need my input, Marcus, I'm here. And let me just tell everybody to get those fire sticks rolling. You want to cut the cord and now pay that money that you're paying for cable. Fire sticks are the way to go.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Give me your number too, bro.
And call me for fire sticks, 239-237-8164. You'll never pay for cable again, and you'll have all the in-theater movies, sports, everything downloaded for free. Give me a holler, whoever's listening.
That's what's up. All right, my guy. I appreciate it, bro. I'm going to get at you later, man.
Yep, anytime, Marcus.
All right, man. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, that was my guy, RG, Randy. Fire stick guy. I'm telling you, he know about that baseball, man. He know about all sports, pretty much. We pretty much on the same thing, when it comes, sports wise. I don't, he's not into wrestling like I am, but, he's cool. Love that dude. That's my guy, RG. Yeah, so, yeah, baseball, they need to figure this thing out, man. Yeah, so with that said, I got, we're going to move on to an album review we got today, and it's from the legend, the icon, not just in hip hop, but in music, in the music industry, period. Nasir Jones, Nas, dropped his Lost Tapes 2 last Friday, and man, I didn't know what to expect, but I'm impressed, man. I can't believe Nas still doing it like this. This album, to me, and I don't care what anybody else thinks and says. I'm talking about what I feel, because it's tough as balls. It's my show, okay? It's my podcast. So I'm saying what I feel. This is a classic. Nas Lost Tapes 2 is a classic. Yes, I'm saying it. It's a classic. Instant classic already. Few tracks I want to get into that you should check out. First one is called the Jarreau of Rap. Jarreau of Rap. It's got a sample of Al Jarreau. R.I.P. to Al Jarreau. Classic singer. And with the jazz and everything. Man, Nas is an artiste. This song, with the production and his cadence and his rhyme ability and the metaphors, I mean, this song is like a hip hop musical. You know what I mean? It's got the jazz. It's got everything infused to it to make it. I mean, we this is. I mean, this album, yo. Like I was so happy Nas came back with such fire, man. But yeah, that track, Gerald Rap. If you haven't checked out the album, please check out the album. Like man, another track that's one of my favorites on it. It's called Tenasia. Like, bruh. And then when you hear the album, uh, there are some, I feel some Wu Tang influences that are in this album. It's a couple songs that have Wu Tang influences on them. Yeah, so if you haven't listened to the album, please check it out. Please check it out. Like this album is ridiculous. Like I said, Tenasia. I don't even know if I don't know if I'm allowed to read the lyrics on here. Man, just check out the album. Tenasia. That track. Make sure you check it out. Next song he has on there that I like, Royalty. Just because of the message. It's calling, black women queens like they are. And it's just a good message in the song. So make sure you peep that one out too. Uh, Another track that's on there that I like is called The Art of It. And this song to me, it reminds me of Naughty by Nature. It's just that the production, Naughty by Nature used the same sample in their track Uptown Anthem. But yeah, how the sample was used in on this track, The Art of It, is just genius. And I know Pete Rock. I'm not sure what tracks Pete Rock produced on here, but he produced quite a bit on this album, and I gotta check out the credits, man, because the production on this album, the lyricism on this album, the storytelling on this album. Nas is a rap god. He's a rap legend. He's a rap king. He's all that. That's what Nas is, and he's in my top 5. Yes, Nas is in my top 5. Yes, yes. So if you haven't, wherever you listen on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Music, whatever, make sure you get Nas, The Lost Tapes 2. Okay, make sure you check that one out because it's a dope album, and you could put it on repeat, and you really do not have to skip a song. You can let this one ride. Just let it ride. Put it on. I don't know, your headphones. Personally, I say when you're driving around, that's how I like to listen to my music. But you can put it on the headphones too. But definitely make sure you riding around, banging this one. Nas Lost Tapes 2 is an instant classic. And we're gonna wrap it up in a little bit because I didn't want to drag today's show out too much, because before we get out of here, I just want to mention a couple of tragic things that happened this week in the sport of boxing. We had two deaths in boxing, and the first one was Maxim Dadashev, Russian. He was 28 years old, and we have an even younger man by the name of Hugo Santillan. he passed away this week as well. After injuries held in a boxing match at the age of 23. So I don't know. It's just shocking that you have a death, let alone two in the same sport in the same week. I don't know what to say about that. Like, this is tough. Like, I love boxing. Boxing is one of my favorite sports. I grew up watching it as a kid and into my teens, and now as an adult, I will always love boxing. It's the art of boxing that I love. It's the storytelling that goes on in the ring. It's the will to keep fighting. But at the same time, I don't know what can be done differently unless you see your fighter taking too many hits to the head. Personally, I believe you need to stop that fight earlier. Now, I didn't follow either boxer. I have seen Maxim Dadashev around, but I didn't follow his career. I've never seen Hugo Santillan before, but it's just sad when you have guys at this age, and then you hear the backstory with Maxim, and he was trying to get his wife and his daughter over here to America to live, and it's just so sad. So I don't know if boxing needs to be governed a little heavier, a little extra, but something definitely needs to be looked at so we don't have tragedies happening like this. It's, man, you just look at the ages of the, they were basically kids. Maxim was a little older, he's 28, but Hugo Santillan was 23, and it's like, man, he didn't get his life started and it's over. And I just wanted to say R.I.P. to Maxim Dadashev and Hugo Santillan. With that said, that's a wrap up for another episode of Tough as Balls. I appreciate you listening in. Shout out to my guy Randy RG, the fire stick guy. Hit him up for those fire sticks, and we're going to do that more often. We're going to have a few things to talk about next week. I want to get into this whole WWE challenging AEW, since AEW will be dropping their show October 2nd, Wednesday nights, and I heard it's going to be called Wednesday Night Dynamite. So it's cool to be a wrestling fan right now, because the future's looking bright on the side of AEW, and hopefully this makes WWE and all wrestling companies compete more, including Ring of Honor. And before we get out of here, be sure to follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Tough as Balls. It's that simple. Tough as Balls on everything. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Download, share, and leave a comment. Man, we need your interaction, please. Please, I need to hear from you, okay? And if you want to email the show, please email the show at toughasballs@gmail.com. toughasballs@gmail.com. We need to hear from you. Like, share, and comment. Alright? With that said, I'm about to get up out of here. I am your boy, Mark Brown. Thanks for joining me. See you next time for episode 10 of Tough as Balls. Alright? 1.
Ignite, ignite, ignite. Burn it down, spit out that octane. Then watch it dissipate, embers in hot flame. My mission is not to fail, but only time will tell. If I make that impact like hammer to a nail. My tunnel vision open, the competition scoping. They have to watch my ways, cause their system is broken. They envy heavy, cause they all thought that my shit that sailed. I keep it on the DL, I never show and tell. This ain't the first time, cause I move like I know. I had to teach myself to never let my feelings show. Through the hard times, I pick myself up off the floor. Continuing this journey through that open door. There've been times that I wanted to give up on this. Pro the dribble. Now I'm feeling like I cannot miss. Never thought